Hey, what's up, all you art nerds? I decided to do something a little different for today. So I am looking at a painting that was what I thought was finished about 5, 6 weeks ago. And the more it sat in my studio, the more I just hated it. It's just not a great work. It's okay. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on myself, but I'll give it a C minus. How's that? So the painting you're seeing, I'm just flying through the first part of this. So what you're watching right now is a super high speed of the first part of this painting, which you can watch the full process for this back on October 30th is when I posted this video. But I'm just speeding through it so you can kind of get an idea of what happened in the first part. But the second pass, the second layer is what I am mainly sharing today. And the reason I'm sharing the second part is because like I said, I hated the first painting. I didn't feel like it was complete. I felt like it was okay. It's kind of a study, but I felt like I could bring it to more than a study. I felt like this could be a really nice piece of artwork. So I really wanted to intensify the colors, bring up the contrast levels, fine tune the nose and the mouth, and that's exactly what I do. So now that I am done with that first high speed part where you're just seeing that first layer that should be done, we are now into the second part where I'm just fine tuning the nose, fine tuning the mouth, and I'm also fine tuning the composition. So I'm starting around the perimeter of the face at first, just getting the light levels a little bit more intense below the chin, and then also I'll go around and get the blacks to be way more black around the other parts of the head. So overall, just fixing some compositional things that weren't quite there, but I also start working on the nose and mouth. And if you want to jump past this, I totally understand, because the real fun begins once I start playing around with the upper part of the head. I start to break out my palette knives and some other brushes to really bring some interesting texture and really intense color to the upper part of the face. That's kind of the whole goal, is to really make this painting scream at you. So I'm trying to get this to an A+ work. I don't know if it is an A+ work, but that's what I'm always going for, is to make an A+ work. I'm satisfied if a painting feels like it's a B+ or a B. But once it gets into the C, C minuses, I just know there's more that could be done. I just wasn't satisfied with this painting. So feel free if you want. I did mark where the really fun part begins in this painting, where I jump to the orange section of the head and I start throwing around some texture. You can fast forward to that and check that out. But the whole point of this painting for me was to make this a complete painting. I called it Sunshine at first, and I think I might rename it. I might rename this one because I'm pushing it so far and it just has a different feeling to it now. It doesn't feel like it should be called Sunshine. And I think I'm going to call this one Rebirth. And the reason I'm going to call it that is because I feel like this one got a second chance at becoming something way more interesting. And I definitely achieved that. I know this painting is way more interesting by the end of this video. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Now, if you would like to check this video out, you'd like to see this second part, I did share the full process with the palette included. So you can see my palette mixing and everything over on my Patreon account. So you can go to my Patreon account, see the full process for this second part. The first part's on there too. You can actually see the full tutorial version of the first part, but the second part's just a demo where I just let you watch it. I'm not really talking over it or anything like that. Just a quick introduction so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing a little bit better. When you see that palette, I feel like that really helps to understand what's happening. I also have a bunch of oil painting tutorials on my Patreon account, art downloads, exercises, all kinds of good stuff. So check all that out. I'm going to go ahead at this time and just put some music on so you can watch the full process for this painting. I decided to change the name to Rebirth.